Hi everyone, this is Brent with Gibraltar Hardware, and as you can see, what I'm up to right now is I'm building another rack. This rack is actually for Tris Imboden, who plays for the band Chicago. Tris liked Mark Morales' design so much that he wanted to duplicate it. His last rack was all gold plated, everything was gold, it had black clamps, but he wanted this rack to be all chrome. Kind of needs a curved rack right here. The T-legs are being curved, the verticals are curved, and what I used right here for this is a 30-inch curved vertical. Just a regular SC-GRSCA 30C, yeah. On the horizontal bar, I used an SC-GRSCA 46C. To connect these three pieces together, I used a SC-GRSCRA, which is the chrome version of our regular normal right angle clamp. And down at the bottom is just a regular T-leg assembly, but it's the SC-GRSCTLA, and as you can see with this T-leg clamp down here, you can rotate this back and forth to get any angle you want from right to left. I want this curved bar where the top of the pole is facing straight up. I had to angle this T-leg clamp out to the left a little bit so it would come up straight up. I'm at the next stage in building Tris Imboden's rack. I added the side wings to it, which I used an SC-GRSCA 46C, which is our 46-inch curve bar, the longest curve bar that we offer. Back verticals right over here, he wants them all curved, so I used a 24-inch curved bar, which is the SC-GRSCA 24C, and I mounted that into a T-leg. And what I did for the T-leg is, for the normal T-leg, you can't angle it back and forth this way, it only swivels from side to side. So I just used an adjustable right angle clamp, which is part number SC-GRSCARA. And see what I'm doing right now is I'm putting the memory locks, you see the memory locks like right here, I'm putting them on as I go. I had just finished the upper two tiers on Tris's rack. I added a 36-inch curved bar on the top, and I used right here, I used just a regular straight tube, a 20-inch straight tube SC-GRSCA 20, and I had to cut it about 4 to 6 inches depending upon, you know, how low that other side was. And I used a GRSCARA right here to connect it to this bottom tier, and then I used a GRSCSRA, which is this Gibraltar stackable right angle clamps. What this one allows you to do is to be able to keep the bar on the same parallel as the exact vertical tube that is happening. So if you want the tube to meet up exactly with the horizontal tube, then you use this one. What I had to do on this side, extended out and it's leaning back, I had to brace it right here. I had to take a right angle clamp and a small little tube that I had already cut and connect it with another right angle clamp to this main T-leg right here, just so it's sturdy back and forth like this, so it doesn't fall when we add the vertical ribs to it. Okay, so the next stage is on Tris's rack is that I added the 3 vertical ribs on each side. He wanted these verticals going up, these poles going up, so they could hold his cymbals. What I'm going to do is I am going to add an SC-RBA to the top of each vertical tubes to mount cymbal boom arms in. And it just kind of gives you a different appeal and a different effect on the way the look of the rack is. What I'm going to have to do next is I'm going to have to put a vertical tube right here as a leg support with a mini T-leg down at the bottom to prevent this side from wobbling like this. I have now finished pretty much the final stages of the frame for Tris's rack. I'm around back to show you what I did for the snare stands. Well, I used a 9606 NL, which is our legless snare stand, and I just used a 24-inch curve bar to come off the front left vertical of the rack. And I just attached it using a 90-degree angle clamp, an SC-GRSCRA, and I used another SC-GRSCRA. Tris has also got a side snare, which is like a 12-inch snare, and what I did with that is I just attached just a regular straight tube, which is about a 20-inch straight tube, a SC-GRSCA 20, to the back leg of the frame. I just used a regular right angle clamp, a chrome right angle clamp for that. Now for the hi-hat stand, I'm using a no-leg hi-hat stand, which is the 9607 NL-LD, the liquid drive no-leg hi-hat stand. And I attach this to the rack by using the SC-EA 100. And as you can see, this little adjustment piece will allow you to swivel this whole clamp mechanism and get different angles. And it's just attached to about a 12 to 18 inch tube. And I just used a regular multi-clamp right here to attach it to the rack, the SC-GRSCMC. And that, my friends, is Tris Imboden.